places they never been.
How did cocaine get into the White House? How indeed? How would a bag of cocaine have gotten into the White House, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to answer that question for you. Now, somebody who won't answer that question for you is Cringe Jean Pierre, ladies and gentlemen, because she was asked directly how did a bag of coke get into the White House by reporters who have to go through this same debilitating, dehumanizing, demoralizing security scan every single day. Every one of those reporters in the room, nobody gets waved into the White House. Every one of those reporters in the room, even though they have a badge that is a specific hard-coded press badge with their biometric data hanging below their neck at all times at the White House with their face on it, that's been approved by the Secret Service after a 6-month application process, every one of those reporters has to go through the same process. A reporter could not get in a bag of cocaine. A reporter cannot get in their cameras. They need to take their cameras apart. You need to take your camera apart, ship it all through one piece at a time through the machine. Trust me. These reporters are subjected to the exact same security scrutiny every day they go into their place of work inside of the White House press pool or bullpen. So you can understand the astonishment for the reporting pool at Cringe Jean Pierre yesterday when they're like, what the hell is this bag of coke? Look, we know how secure this place is. What are you hiding from us? Ladies and gentlemen, here's our here's our cringe alert for the day. Cringe Jean Pierre.
Where this was discovered is a heavily traveled area where many White House, West Wing, I should be even more specific, West Wing visitors come through this particular area. When people visit the West Wing, there is the area of the West Wing where it is highly traveled, and that is what happens. People come through this particular area. It's highly traveled. I'm just not going to get into specifics. We do have West Wing tours that occur here on campus. They happen in this particular past couple of days. They happen on Friday. They happen on Saturday.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the lies. This is a highly trafficked area of the White House. Nope. Nope. There is no such thing. There is no such thing because there isn't traffic at the White House. There's a deeply sophisticated and controlled electronic monitoring environment at the White House. She is lying to you. She is lying, and all of the reporters knows she is lying. So what the hell is going on here? Not even the cops. Even the cops were in like utter amazement when they originally called this one in. The cops who called this one in saying on their police dispatch, yo, we can't believe this. Bag of coke found at the White House. Listen.
We have a yellow bar stating cocaine, hydrochloride, gas number 53-21.
So they had tested it. That's the test. Yellow bar indicating cocaine. So that's the guy. You can hear him like this is a hardened officer of the law being like in astonishment that they found a bag of coke inside of the White House. The reason that man is in astonishment is that he's a security professional. Security professionals are speaking up about what's actually happening here and how the protocol works at the White House. Because while a member of the press, while you, while me, while your mom, while your dad, while any other person walking the face of the planet would have to go through that security screening, there is a loophole. There is a loophole to the debilitating and intrusive security protocols of the White House. Dan Bongino, ladies and gentlemen, former member of the Secret Service, somebody who served honorably inside of the Secret Service, somebody who knows a thing or two about White House security, had this to say moments ago. There's absolutely zero chance that anyone other than a family member brought that cocaine into the White House complex. No chance that would make it past the MAG security checkpoints. Family bypasses these checkpoints. Tim Pool following up, saying, this is what I'm saying. Only somebody who bypasses security could get it in. Bongino knows this way better than I do. Ladies and gentlemen, as, again, somebody who cares a lot about this country, as somebody who cares a lot about the state of play at the White House, our nation, morally, let me tell you, this is 100% proof positive that the person who brought the cocaine into the White House is a direct member of the Biden family, a person with the last name Biden, somebody who's a blood relative, recognizable to the Secret Service, face check recognizable, capable of entering in or to or out of the president's inner circle. When the president goes through on any event, there is a circle around, a human barricade around him of Secret Service officers. Perhaps you've seen this. Maybe you've met a president at one point on a photo line or shaking hands. If you've met a president, you will, of course, remember the men that come before him, around him, and after him. The wall of guns and highly trained, sophisticated officers who are there to protect the orb of the inside circle of those who are around the president of the United States. Okay? The only people that are able to penetrate that circle are family members. The only people who are able to walk through the Secret Service protocols and through that wall of guns and highly trained, sophisticated electronics to access the president is the family. That's it. And specifically, not just random family members, specifically family members who have face check with the Secret Service. Face check meaning instantly recognizable. Oh, it's Donald Trump Jr. Oh, it's Eric Trump. Oh, it's Ivanka Trump. We recognize them. They are allowed to walk freely without harassment. Those are the only people that are able to be waved into the White House. That's it. That's it. So you have now narrowed your findings here for who brought coke into the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, who would be the person to have brought cocaine into the White House? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one man who is on screen, filmed himself, weighing enormous amounts of crack cocaine, like egregious amounts of crack. There's only one man who's comfortable enough with drugs to have carried them on his person into the United States Navy, of which he was discharged for cocaine. The guy who created this wonderful piece of cinema.
No, I just laid out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07.
That is, of course, a enormous amount of crack. Why? And that's not the only enormous amount of crack that's easily findable on Hunter Biden's laptop. There are all manners of crack on Hunter Biden's laptop that are awful and will make you want to Purell your own eyeballs. Would this be the first time that Hunter Biden has broken the laws of our country in spite of his father? Well, no, actually. In fact, the harshest drug laws ever passed in American history was passed by this man back when he could speak coherently because he didn't have full-blown onset dementia. Watch.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Now, the fact of the matter is, we've gone from this.
So, 5 years in jail if you're found with more than a quarter's worth of crack on you. Ladies and gentlemen, check out this video just one more time, because some of you may be watching on a mobile phone or a smaller device. Tell me, do you think there's more than a quarter's or a nickel's worth of crack in this video?
No, I just laid out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07.
I think so. I think that Stevie Wonder could see that there's more than a quarter's worth of crack in that video. Ladies and gentlemen, what about seeing? Let's go ahead and see how Hunter Biden behaved at the White House during the 4th of July. This was the last time that Hunter Biden was at the White House. This was within 48 hours of the crack being found. Let's go ahead and watch. So here's a clip. It's going to play on a loop here. And you can see Hunter Biden out with the family inside of the White House's personal residence area, walking out and behaving very neurotically, very creepily. Watch this. Look at this with the hand and the hair and the like paranoid, stressed out, and sweaty demeanor. I am not a drugs expert. I have never done cocaine, but I certainly have been around people who have done it and witnessed their behaviors. They behave very neurotically. Okay, let's just say that. Now, I don't want to push conspiracy theories, but this next clip I'm about to show you of Hunter Biden will show what some people are saying is him doing a bump of cocaine at the White House behind his father's back, literally. Watch this. So there goes Hunter. And then you can see there Hunter Biden certainly touching his nose, backing away from where cameras would be able to see him. And, listen, powdering his nose, who knows? Who knows? Certainly behaving in a sweaty, strange, neurotic, a twitchy way. All right? So he's definitely up here, right here. Now, here's the other thing that I know about coke addicts. They're always touching their nose. They're always touching their face. They're often doing the old twinkle dust on the nose. So that's the footage that some are saying is proof of Hunter Biden actually doing cocaine inside of the White House. Why is Hunter Biden there at all? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that Hunter Biden is there on that balcony is to prove that the Bidens are a family. This is a PR stunt. This is called softening the target, okay? The target of all congressional investigation, and we'll get to a brand new whistleblower here in just a second. The target of all congressional investigation, Hunter Biden, his business. Hunter Biden is, of course, the Achilles heel to the entire Biden family. Hunter Biden just got a sweetheart deal. That deal is under scrutiny, may be rejected by a judge. We'll see. Hunter Biden is supposed to be softened by showing him with his nieces and nephews and the little kids in the Biden family and showing him out on the balcony and saying, wow, look, it's Hunter. He's here and he ain't going anywhere. This is a PR stunt to bring out Hunter. Now, what happens when your PR stunt backfires because he's high on cocaine? Well, behavior like this. What is this? What is that? Not the only Biden kid to behave very weirdly at the White House. Ashley Biden, famous for showering with her father, or her father showering with her. Ashley Biden, according to her own diary, saying that she took showers late at night so that dad wouldn't join her. It'd be nice for some journalist to maybe ask a question about that. Some Me Too journalist to maybe ask a question about that at some point. I mean, that's her own words. Nobody has doubted the authenticity of the diary. Ashley Biden was at the White House behaving very strange as well. Here's a clip of her sort of like groping her father, like holding and rubbing and reaching around and grabbing. That's her hand there. It's a little odd. It's a little strange. Was the cocaine Ashley's? I don't know. It's clearly like a complete and total degenerate family. But it needs to be a direct member of the Bidens to take the cocaine into the White House. That is proof, positive, verified, security experts, people who worked at the White House, people who worked in Secret Service. You are not. Let me repeat this. We're going to prison for 20 years taking cocaine into the White House. We're not even going to be able to get within a baseball's throw of the building if you try and bring a dime bag into the White House. A Biden family member will walk past security, and there's only a few that are recognizable via face. So super creepy. Ashley Biden walking through there. Who misplaces their cocaine? Let's ask that question. We're just asking questions here, okay? Who's misplaced cocaine? Who's somebody that we know to have misplaced coke and crack? So much so that they hunt through the carpet to find it.
Well, crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure, Tracy.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about, man? I have smoked more Parmesan cheese out of my carpet because I lost my crack. I lost my cocaine. Crack actually doesn't look like Parmesan cheese. Cocaine looks like Parmesan cheese. Smaller, more granule, powdery substance. I don't do drugs. I live a relatively clean life. I do like bourbon. I'll be happy to do an entire show about the kind of bourbons that I really like. I do like bourbon, but I do not do drugs. High on life, but I'll tell you this. I lived next to a known drug house in Washington, D.C. Story's been written. The drug house actually caught on fire and burned to the ground, nearly taking my house with it. That's why we moved to Florida, to be quite honest with you. So I live next to this known drug house, and I've seen drugs. I know what they look like. I know what this dime bag, I know exactly what this dime bag looks like because it was sold out of the trunk of the car of my neighbor in D.C. for the better part of the 7 years I lived there. They were selling dime bags as I walked to work and my wife walked to work. Yeah, there's a reason we live in Florida now. But trust me, I know what I'm talking about here. Hunter Biden was kicked out of the Navy. You know that? For cocaine? Hunter Biden kicked out of the story for coke. Biden's son Hunter discharged from Navy Reserve after failing cocaine test. What does this mean? What does this tell you? This tells me that Hunter Biden was so reckless with his cocaine usage that people who were working next to him at the Navy said, this guy's on coke. This guy's turned up. That's what it tells me. He was so obvious and egregious in his drug usage that it was just plainly obvious that he was using drugs. So they tested him, even though he was the vice president's son at the time. They still subjected him to a test, and they should do that now. You need to subject Hunter Biden and the entire Biden family to drug tests. They're the only ones who could have gotten a bag of cocaine past Secret Service. You need to test them again. That's the evidence, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what Donald Trump has to say. Donald Trump on Truth Social. Going through. We are so back, baby. We're so back, Donald Trump. Does anybody really believe the cocaine in the West Wing of the White House, very close to the Oval Office, is for the use of anyone other than Hunter and Joe Biden? Oh, is Joe Biden on cocaine? Is that why Joe Biden looks so weird in that one video? Watch. The fake news media will start to say that the amount found was very small and that it wasn't really cocaine, but rather a common ground-up aspirin, or the story will vanish. Has deranged Jack Smith, the crazy Trump-hating special prosecutor, been seen in the area of the cocaine? He looks like a crackhead to me, says Donald Trump. Never change, Trump. Never change. Where are the White House security tapes, like the ones I openly and happily gave deranged Jack Smith, which will quickly show where the cocaine in the White House came from? They already know the answer, but don't like it. Ooh, Donald Trump getting to the heart of the issue here. Politico the favorite rag of the deep state and the regime, with a headline from this morning. Well, the White House cocaine culprit will likely never be found. Oh, my. How convenient. It's almost as though they have cameras in every crevice and crack of the White House. They know where every person is at the White House and in the White House at any given moment of time. And they have film of exactly who brought the crack into the White House. They have evidence of it. And here's my guess. This is my guess, based on everything I've seen and based on my experience. My guess is that Hunter Biden, or a member of the Biden family, could be Ashley, somebody who is recognizable via face to the Secret Service so they get waved past, probably like 3 people, maybe Biden's brothers too. That's it, like 3-4 people in the world who get waved past the drug-sniffing dogs. And the dogs are going crazy. The dogs are barking, right? Like nuts. My guess is that the dogs go crazy. The alert gets sent out. And someone like Hunter Biden gets advised by Cringe Jean-Pierre to drop the bag. Get rid of it. You're on White House grounds. We are going to detect the cocaine. Drop it. Dump it. Put it in this area where the visitors lock up their phones and things. That's what I believe happened here. Hunter Biden walked in, probably forgetting, as he often does, remember, carpet parmesan, forgetting where his coke was, forgetting that he was bringing in cocaine. They detect it. They pick it up. The dogs go nuts as he gets escorted in, and he gets told by a member of the president's staff, you got to drop that. You got to drop that shit right now. Put it here when we just blame it on a visitor and walk away. That's what I personally believe.